Great things, great things, great things. Welcome in to Words on a Higher Note, our space to reflect, reset, rise, and remember who we really are beneath the layers. I'm your host, Jalen, and I'm glad you're here today. Before we begin, a quick reminder. This isn't therapy or medical advice, just a moment to pause and reconnect with yourself. If you are ever in need of support, please reach out to someone you trust or a licensed professional. This reflection is titled, This Little Light of Mine. As I was walking from one room to another, this song popped into my head and I began singing. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. When I was younger, this song was just another hymn. It was catchy, joyful, and very easy to remember. But lately, it's been feeling like a declaration, a renewal of my spirit and thoughts. Because the truth is, it's not just a song, it's a perspective. We sing most times without always realizing what we're singing or the message behind the words. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. These words, it's a promise to no longer hold back, to no longer be silent, even when the room isn't ready to hold our energy. It's a commitment and a choice to show up 100% as our whole self, choosing not to dim our light. Your light isn't always welcome. Not because you're doing anything wrong, but because your light reveals what's waiting to be seen. A shining light shows what's been hiding both in the open and in the darkness. Insecurities, fear, unresolved stories, tucked away fragments, avoided truths, parts of self not yet faced. And sometimes it's not even others who's dimming our light, it's us. We start dimming our own light out of a desire for safety, out of old patterns of protection, out of what once felt like survival, and this becomes a habit. We may have been told one too many times to dial it down, that we were too much, too bold or too timid, too intense or too passive, too outspoken or too soft spoken, too busy or too aloof, too nice or too cold, too different or too typical, too observant or too oblivious. You fill in your own blank. And so, after hearing this so many times, or one too many times, we started dialing back who we are. We quieted parts of ourselves to silence the noise of outside expectations and opinions, to protect the parts that were still unfolding. And now we're standing in rooms we don't even fit in anymore. Not because we've outgrown the rooms, but because we've been folding ourselves, tucking in to fit in, reshaping who we are in hopes of belonging, to remain in spaces we still want to occupy, even when that space no longer honors our becoming. Let's pause here. Let's think. Let's imagine. What if our only job today was to show up fully as our authentic self, the version that we have been masking? What do you think that would look like? And more importantly, would you recognize yourself? Now, have you been dimming your presence? Have you? Just think about it. Have you been dimming your presence? And you dim, or we dim our presence because it feels like we're under a spotlight, a kind of exposure we weren't ready for, at a risk of not being understood. And we felt too unprotected. And maybe you started questioning whether your voice still mattered. Have you been told that you missed the mark? Your timing is off? That your way doesn't conform to the norm, doesn't fit the mold? I need for you to come a little closer. I need your attention right now. Know that you are right on time for what you are supposed to do. I'll say it again. Know that you are right on time for what you are supposed to do. Know that you are one of a kind and that you should stand out. You are a light in this world, and your presence at this time is intentional. It is not by accident. Your story, even the jumbled and chaotic parts, still hold meaning, still carries weight. So today, this little light of yours, let it shine. Let your light shine even when you're still figuring it out. Why do we believe our light only matters when it's attached to success, status, or a title? When it looks polished, praised, or picture perfect? But your light, my light, was never meant to be conditional. We forget sometimes, but our shine was never up for debate. And we don't need to have it all together. Sometimes the most powerful kind of light is the one that says, I'm still showing up, even while healing and learning. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. The song says little light, but there's nothing small about the presence we carry. The tiniest light holds power. Just look up at the stars that look so small from where we stand. Yet we know they're shining brightly. The impact of something isn't measured by its size. So, do you know where your light shines its brightest? It may not be in the spaces you thought it would. Sometimes it could be a quiet moment with a friend, or the way you inspire someone, the way you create, nurture, or simply provide a safe haven. No matter when or how it shines, make no mistake, your light is extremely powerful and the world needs it. So let's ask ourselves a few questions. And I want you to answer them truthfully. Where have I been dimming my light to make others feel at ease? What spaces have I outgrown because I kept folding myself to fit? What would it feel like to let myself shine, unfiltered and unpolished? Who might be waiting for me to show up in my fullness, not for them, but for me? I have 4 affirmations. I want you to repeat after me. I am no longer masking to survive. I am no longer masking to survive. My light deserves to be seen. My light deserves to be seen. I am allowed to grow beyond what others expect of me. I am allowed to grow beyond what others expect of me. I shine because I was created to shine. I shine because I was created to shine. Before we close, I invite you to take this moment further. If this reflection awakens something in you, a thought, a feeling, a moment of clarity, let's stay connected, follow or subscribe, and share the reflection with others. This is Words on a Higher Note, where reflection meets elevation, where grace meets growth, where personal evolution is not rushed, but embraced, honored, and celebrated. Until next time, keep listening for the higher note. And now I want you to sing with me. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Say, be, and it is.